viewers. Welcome to NGO Corner. I'm super excited about today's episode, and I'm very grateful for all you viewers that subscribed. I've seen your views, I've seen your comments and your likes, and I'm very happy and encouraged. If you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe. I am your host, Dr. Joe, and we are continuing from the previous episode on the topic selecting board of trustees or directors for your NGO. So the previous episode, we talked about who is a trustee. We talked about how to recruit a trustee. We talked about considerations like avoiding selecting family members and friends and colleagues as board members, because your NGO may be perceived as a family business, even though it's not against the law. Also, your NGO may also, be perceived as being an NGO with an environment that is prone to conflict of interest. Husband signing for the wife, approving for the wife approving for the husband approving for the son. So these are the things that is to be avoided. Then also, we talked about availability of board members. It's becoming very serious now, the availability of board members, because by law now, banks and statutory requirements are requiring boards to sign, boards to present their board members to present their tax clearance and the board members need to be available to attend board meetings. When a donor comes to NGO, they will look at the frequency of board meeting, whether the board forms a quorum, whether the board members are scanty, the membership is full, all these things that are considered when donors come to review your documents. So you need board members who are available, because board members, they are not paid. In NGO sector, it's different from business sector, they are not paid. So they have their own daily, assignments to attend to. So many of the times they might not, their business or where they get their daily bread from might compete with the time they have available to attend board meetings. And so this was an issue for my own NGO. So before you hire a board member, check the availability. Also, in considering a board member, try to select senior colleagues rather than junior colleagues. Also, try to select mentors, because as I said in my previous episode, somebody that is more experienced than you has more to offer in terms of advising, because a board member is providing governance and leadership to an NGO. So if the board member doesn't know, then they'll just sit down and look at you when there's a problem. They won't know how to solve it. And also the issues of somebody junior to you will not really feel comfortable, in supervising somebody that is his boss. So it always brings issues there. Another thing I talked about in selecting a board member is you should have on your board a legal person, a lawyer, so that when it comes to legal matters, the lawyer can advise the organization and guide the organization. Then it's also, I talked about a certified accountant. That is those that are professional accountants. They are members of professional bodies like ICANN, like ANAN, there are many professional bodies. So it's always good to have an accountant on the board, because the board is responsible for appointing the auditor and reviewing the audit reports of the organization. So it's good to have an accountant on the board so that they can advise and guide the organization right. Then also it's good to have a board member who has experience in working in NGO. My own board chair, she's working in an NGO, and when we have issues, and she's a HR expert, so anytime we have issues, she's always, with her experience, she always helps us and guides us in issues of HR, and also generally NGO, because she has a vast experience in NGO. So if nobody on your board has experience with working in an NGO, sometimes they may give you advice that is for businesses, or give you advice that is for cooperative, or give you advice that is for associations, that is different from an NGO structure. So that is what I found. So today's episode, we are going to talk about one very serious issue. It's a nitty-gritty issue that people don't really talk about it. I've not seen anywhere where they've talked about it. But this is something that I want you to listen carefully. Are you an executive director of an NGO? Are you a trustee of an NGO? I want you to listen carefully. Board members who are trustees and directors of an NGO are not supposed to earn an income, that's a regular income every month for 12 months, if they are board member or trustees of an NGO. But board member, trustees and directors of an NGO, they shouldn't earn money. You look at me and say, how come I'm a trustee and I'm getting salary? How do you want me to survive if I'm not getting salary? Well, what I've come to realize after 20 years of experience in NGO is that most board members feel that they should be compensated for the level of effort in attending board meetings. They believe that there should be some sort of financial benefits to them, but this is not always the case. Let me explain it, as most people listening to me, you may belong to a church or a faith-based organization or a mosque, and whenever you do any work for the faith-based organization, you don't normally expect to be paid. In fact, I work in my church and I still give offerings unto God. So an NGO is a non-for-profit operation and non-governmental non-for-profit. So it's the same principle. You work as a board member, you're offering your services as the board of trustee or board of directors that is, on the CAC certificate of the NGO. Because some board members, they are not on the CAC certificate. But those that are on the CAC certificate, the document, you see the CAC certificate, that is incorporated trustees, you see Mrs. X, Mr. X, and so and so, or on the memorandum of articles for a limited by guarantee, they have directors. All of them are not, according to CAMA, they're not allowed to work and earn a salary, an annual monthly salary for a long period of 12 months. I think they are able to, be engaged for particular service, one-off service, and paid, but a monthly salary, according to CAMA, they are not allowed to earn a salary. And this is something that I found out. I've done a lot of research on it, and so far, this is my own understanding. I'm open to comments. I'm open to comments on this and discussions, because as I said, this is NGO corner for we NGO EDs and staff, so we can discuss it. But what I understand by CAMA, and I stand to be corrected if there's any new development, if you are a board member who is a trustee or a director on the CAC certificate with the organization's certificate of incorporation or certificate of registration with CAC, you cannot earn an income, a regular income every month, but you can get a one-off payment for your services to the organization. So a board member should not earn anything, really, if you look at the principle of service to humanity, service to the faith-based organization, is the same thing. A board member cannot get a full long-term salary. If you are a trustee or director of an NGO, to my understanding, from the laws of CAMA, that's Company and Allied Matter Act, as amended 2020, you cannot earn a monthly regular salary. Any trustee or director that earns a regular monthly salary is in violation of our Nigerian local law of CAMA. The law of CAMA does not allow a board member to earn, the law of CAMA allows a board member to earn a one-off short consultancy. However, from my experience, you really don't want to do this, as all transactions done by board members will be scrutinized because they have an appearance of conflict of interest. So if you want to be a credible NGO, what we do in my own organization, we avoid situations whereby board members are given contracts, or board members are given enter into financial transactions or any gain from the organization, because it's difficult to prove to a third party that there was undue preference or undue advantage or conflict of interest. It's difficult. In fact, what happened when my organization, we had a review by a donor, the first thing they do, they will come, if you have an accounting package, we have QuickBooks. They open the QuickBooks and put all the board members' names into the QuickBooks to bring out their transactions. And they put the ED's name too to bring out their transaction, because they want to see what are the financial dealings of the board members who are trustees with CAC in the organization. So fortunately for us, that's not the case. None of our board members has any financial transaction in the organization. So it came out clear. So, but if, for instance, now one of the board members got a contract to supply goods to the organization, if they check the records, the financial records, they will see the board member's name. That's for external auditors or external financial reviews from donors that are giving you money or resources. So it's always appear, they will always ask you question, why did you give this board member a contract? And you have to prove that that board member was the best candidate for that contract. And it's very difficult to prove, because the board member is on the board now, so everybody will feel he has advantage. So and it always looks like conflict of interest. So this book is about how to set up a credible NGO in Nigeria. So what I would advise is to avoid board members receiving any form of short-term consultancy, even though it's allowed. So I've said it, they are not allowed by CAMA to get monthly salaries. So if you're a board member or you're a trustee now, and this applies, I know some people, as you're watching this now, you're like, Dr. Joe, what are you saying? I'm saying it. So this thing was a big issue for me when I first started my NGO. You mean I can be a trustee and I have my own organization and I will not earn salary? As I'm speaking now, most of you that are listening to me and you are trustees of your organization, most of you are on salary by your organization. And if you're not on salary, you didn't even know that is an issue. And if money had come, you would have gotten salary. So these are something that we're talking about, how to set up a credible NGO. If you want your NGO to be credible, like when I found out that lots of issues don't matter when you're small NGO. But whenever you start growing, especially women-led NGOs, they will come and look for one violation, especially women-led. They will come and find one fault with you. And this is by law. So somebody can come to your organization and maybe you're doing very well, you've got a lot of money from donors, and they'll say, this woman, we will get her. Or this man, he's doing too well. They'll just come right against you that you're violating CAMA. And they will come and check your books and find that you're getting salary. And they'll ask you to pay back. And they will now spread your name that, they are violating all the rules. They're eating all this money. And it's not that you ate the money. It's just that you didn't really realize that it was an issue. So I hope this has been an eye-opener for you. Of course, as I have discussed this, you can also go to CAMA. Also, some of you are lawyers, you can check this out. And I'd like you to make some comments on my NGO Corner. This NGO Corner is for us, EDs, executive directors, heads of NGOs, heads of program, so that we can come together and discuss. All the purpose is to strengthen the civic space. I really want to hear your comments on this issue of, can a board member, trustee, or director of an NGO earn an annual salary? I would like to get your comments on that. So we've come to the end of today's episode. There will be a follow-up episode where I'll give you some answers to how I was able to handle this issue of the law of CAMA and earning a salary and issue. So I would like you to stay tuned. If you're an executive director and you're earning salary, stay tuned to listen to the next episode where I explain, the 20 years of experience that I have in how to handle this. So thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like if you haven't liked, comment if you haven't commented, and then look forward to the next episode. Thank you.